Hi there, this is Kathy Crow. It's good to see you. This is the Crow Cottage. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm feeling a little bit warm. It's a little toasty here today, but not too bad. It just looks like there's not a lot of wind out there. I don't know. Normally I would be sitting outside in the shade with a cool drink, enjoying the weather here. It's been really nice. But they are doing our deck out back, and I don't have my sitting place right now. Today I am going to do Regal Reindeer. So I have been crafting on time, which is kind of nice to be a little more ready than I sometimes am at this time. Today's card is really cute. I've kind of got it partially ready to go so that at least I'm going to do it from beginning to end, except for I've already assembled the background mats together just to try to save a bit of time, because as you can see, we're going to do a lot of sponging and coloring and I'm even going to do a reverse stamp thing and all. So hopefully it goes well. Sometimes when I try to do things that I don't do very often, I don't do the reverse stamp thing very often, so sometimes that doesn't go well. So we will see how it goes today. The sentiment I used on my first card that I just showed you is actually from the set, but I want to use this one. I'm hoping it will work out. I might have to resort to white, ink and clear. I hope not, because I'm not sure. I'd have to go hunt it down. I've got my copper powder out ready to go, but I really like this set. It has not just Christmas on it. It has other things, and it's large, and it's going to go really well with this more of a long, skinny kind of format. It's not really as skinny as it should be, but it's skinny enough. These are large reindeer, so they can't be too skinny. So we are having celebration right now, so make sure that you are, all in tune on that, because there is a lot of stuff available for free when you, oops, let me click on this. Sorry, you're going to get feedback here for a minute because I can't get it off quick enough. But anyway, I got it off, thankfully. So anyhow, the only thing that they've sold out of so far is the pool party envelope pack, cards and envelope pack. So that's actually not too bad. I don't know. That's something that's not, you can get. I've got coffee on the side. Hopefully I won't spill that as we go. All right. So we're going to get started. One other thing I want to bring to your attention, this amazing phrases is really amazing. So if you either purchase $150 or more, get friends together and purchase $150 or more, you get this for free. Or $100, I'm sorry, take that back. If you did $150, that's a party, and you would also get your $15 worth of free reward stuff on top of this, and another set like the Hippest Hippos or the Stylish Sketches. There's a bunch of really cool free things. There's some paper out there. Anyway, you do not want to miss ordering during celebration. It's really nice to have celebration like right before Christmas so that you can get a lot of your Christmas things for free. Now there's going to be some noise. I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't know if you can see because of the glare of this window, but if you can, there is the truck guys out there. They're pouring cement for our patio. Back there, and they've been, breaking up old concrete and stuff. So, okay, here we go. Let's hope my camera lets me spin. Sometimes it doesn't. It actually did that really well, shockingly. All right, so let me take a minute here to try to get everything in focus and get my stuff centered a little bit better. Gonna slide over to the side more. Okay, I think that's better. All right, so here we go. Here's my new host code, and you get free cards with any order, free pack of cards, and they're really nice cards. I've got so many out here that I'm just giving you some of my best stuff. All right, so what I've done is I've already taken the, this is actually lovely lipstick because I'm trying to get rid of some of my old cardstock, but real red would work better. But since it's mostly going to be covered, I'm fudging with the lovely lipstick. And then this is actually Misty Moonlight and Cinnamon Cider backings. Those are retired colors, and I'm sorry that they are, because Misty Moonlight is actually a really easy one to sponge with for the sky. And it also it just goes with our other colors a little bit better than Tahitian Tide or Starry Sky or any of those other ones. They're okay, but they're pretty strong. And so I'm still using this, even if Stampin' Up! Is not using it, I am. I'm gonna be pretty quick here with this. This is our our blending brushes. They're actually like makeup brushes, blending brush. They're really good. And I am going to end up getting it darker on the edge, and I'm going to just have to live with that because I want to go through here and get this sky on here pretty quick. You don't have to take a lot of time. The swirl effect is actually good because you want it to look like there's some clouds and skies and all that kind of thing. So there we go. The less you fuss with it, the more sky-like it is going to appear. So try not to overdo, unless you want it to be really, really dark, and I do not. So that is good, because we're going to just stamp our trees right on top of this. So let's see here. Today I have some good jokes already waiting on and this stamp set, I forgot to talk to you about this as well. This stamp set and die set has a lot of dies. It has all the dies that you need to cut out all the images. Plus they have this little fox, a little gift, some ornaments, a little scarf to go on the fox or the, I guess the fox. I don't know what else you'd put it on because it wouldn't really fit on the reindeer. You could maybe put him on this moose. Now this moose is really cute. When he gets cut out, he looks pretty good just as is. I didn't add any ink or anything to him. And then this tree die also cuts out these trees, and I've thrown the extras that I cut out in there waiting to use those, but they have those branches all ready to lift up so that it's really a nice 3D effect, when you lift those up. Some of mine are stuck down because I just stuck dimensionals under there. I didn't really want to fuss with that too much, but you could. And then also there's a star. I'm not sure. I think these are harness pieces, but I didn't cut those out yet to figure it out. But there are some nice hills too, so you could make a nice, almost a diorama kind of thing with those hills. So lots of fun things to play with in this stamp set. This is I think one of our best ones for Christmas this year, just because other than the fact that the reindeer has jingle bells, if he didn't have jingle bells on him, I could use them more. But the ornament's easy to cut off of his horns, but yeah, anyway, we're going to start with the trees. The tree cluster is nice. They do look snowy. So when you just want to stamp a bunch of snowy ones, that's great. They come out really nicely that way. Stamp it with, one of your greens, like spruce or something, and it's going to look great. But I'm going to make these all green. These are not going to have snow on them. So I thought it might be fun for you to see how easy it is to do that. All right, so let's hope that I get good impressions here, because I'm not gonna second guess it too much. We're gonna go off the card. Perfect. And then we're gonna overlap these trees. It's not gonna really matter because I do not want them to be too uniform. Okay, so you can see hopefully what I'm doing. Maybe I should add some light here. I don't know. That might help. Let's see if it did. Sometimes there's more of a glare when I add light to it. Here I'm going to leave just that little bit of a gap because I kind of need a gap in here somewhere for the girl to be standing and not to be too too busy, you know, behind everything. We'll go ahead and do another one. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my wipe to kind of get some of this ink off. I've been, when I stamp so much, I get my Simply Chamois really inky quick. And I've kind of decided I'm going to start wiping off some of the excess ink first before I even do that. And then that way I don't have to be constantly going in and washing that out. All right. So now let's see what we're going to do next. As well as celebration going on, remember this is a good time to join a team, and we would love to have you. We get lots of free things on my team. I would love to have anybody join who wants to. The starter kit is a really good deal, and you get free, right now you're getting the free making plans kit, which has got all kinds of really cool things in with it for free on top of all the other free stuff you get when you join. So this is a good time to join if you're looking for getting a lot of free stamp things. I'm going to start with a sponging instead of my... This is a way you can kind of save on your ink a little bit if you don't want to, you know, use it all up. I'm going to start with my soft succulent, and we'll just do the ground underneath there. Okay. But anyway, when you join my team, you get to, like this next month when we do our team meeting, I've got some really cool projects. Ladies, for you that are on my team, you are going to be really happy when you pick up this package from the box and see what we are going to do. We've got some really fun things to do. And I think I'm going to put spruce, our shaded spruce. This is going to be really dark, so I need to be a little careful. I'm not going to go up to the top. I'm just trying to cover some of it so that I don't have to. I'm going to take a little off because it's pretty dark. And then that way, I don't have to spend quite as much time coloring with my pen. And it also kind of saves some of your blending pen ink too, to do that. All right, that should take some of that job off. Now, all right, now you're gonna wanna look and see where you want it to be darker. Mostly just right in there where the shadow of the trees are. I'm gonna bring this in pretty close because I want you to see how carelessly I do this. You know, if I start to get really obsessive, it usually doesn't look any better. Sometimes it does, but this is so detailed that you do not need to be obsessive. You see how my green ink went up into the sky? That does not matter. Put some branches up in there and it'll be just fine. You just kind of want to look and see where some of the shadowing is, but I'm not going to do a whole lot on the front. I'm going to mostly just do it where it's kind of in the background. Okay, if that makes sense. I'm going to get this light shaded spruce. And again, I'm using the bullet tip just to see what that's going to do. Yeah, that's doing kind of what I expected it to do, which is not a lot of anything. I don't really need to use a lot of this. I'm going to use mostly my soft succulent to color these trees, and that's going to blend in these marks that I'm making that are mimicking branches. Okay. With this darker one, there is a trunk that comes up here that I would normally do with brown if I was having a summer scene. But with this scene, this is not really summer. This is just a warm or warmish place, like a farm, like you would see these reindeer, because you're never going to see reindeer with, you know, jingle bells and stuff on unless it's on a farm somewhere. So I decided, okay, I'm going to just I'm gonna do this like if I was back in the old Tri-Cities. Our nursery there, Job's Nursery, was the last few years that we lived there, had reindeer. They would bring in reindeer, and you could, I suppose there were times you could go in and pet them. My kids were grown, so we didn't, care about that quite so much, but it was fun to go down and look at them. And a lot of times in the Tri-Cities, you do not have snow at Christmas time. Of course, nobody's got snow right now. When you're doing Christmas cards in the summer, it's not quite as much fun, I suppose, because Jeff's home right now, so I'm not going to be putting on Jingle Bells or, Joy to the World or anything. And I do kind of like to do that when I'm making Christmas cards. I've been a little more in the Christmassy mood, but not much. And then when I went to the store this last week and saw all the Halloween stuff out already. I mean, Halloween? My goodness, it's July. Anyway, it's out there. So that kind of put me in a little bit more of a festive mood, but not much, because Halloween is really early in the fall. So, it's not really part of Christmas at all. But it does sort of remind you that Christmas is coming. Anyway. All right, I know this is tedious, but that's why I'm kind of making sure that we've got some backup going here so that I don't spend too terribly much time. Now I'm going to take light, soft succulent. Let's do the bullet point again. And now this one has a really nice gray-green color to it. It's really, I was not sold on this when they introduced it. I didn't think we really needed it. It's actually really close to our dark mint macaron. But because this dark one really gives me a lot more variety than I could get with my mint macaron. So as far as what you can blend to make colors with, different colors from it and all. All right. I'm getting there. Once I get these top parts done, and you can see I'm going into the sky quite a bit. Doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's one reason I wanted to use a darker, kind of a overcast, wintry, hopefully, looking sky, so that when my branches were not perfectly colored, it wouldn't be quite so noticeable. Now I can use the flat part, and I'm going to go down like this into our inked up shaded spruce. And do you see how that blends pretty good? I don't really have to labor over it very much. So the bottom part's pretty much all colored. If there's any of these spots that I want to darken up, like where I had a whole lot of my, I can do that with this. If you want to darken up the bottom, if you just want one tree darker than the others, you can do that. So that you can just kind of distinguish it a little bit from each other. Okay, there we go. So that's what we're going to do for the trees. Now, I do think that my white gel pen adds a lot to this. The thing is that with a highlighter pen, you just want to be a little careful and not get too carried away. Sometimes it's easy to. Okay, this one's not really giving me out quite as much ink. This is a number 8. If I want more out, I would get my 10, but I don't want a big glob of white on here either, because especially since I'm trying to go pretty quick, mainly just trying to get like the tops of branches, the tips, and just trying to get that kind of upswept motion going. I do not want it to look like snow. does not want to look like snow. Just highlighting it so that if the sun was coming down, glinting on the green branches, it would kind of give off this a little bit. Okay, so just kind of like little eyelashes. You're putting all over, little eyelash swoops. Try not to follow too much of a pattern, which is difficult to do. When you're doing it fast like this, it's difficult to not just do like incremental 1/4 or 1/8 inches down, but try not to. I'm trying, you can kind of follow your dark lines that you put in if you want, as long as they weren't too obvious as far as patterning down. You don't want to do that. Don't need a lot in the back ones. Mainly I just need them in this front. All right, I better check on my, oh man, that was terribly loud. Terribly loud. Okay, there we go. I checked and it's good. All right. The guys came out and took out our old deck lickety split. I was interested to see how they did it because, you know, it wasn't a small day. It's a second story, so. But it was way too short for this size house, and it was old. Nobody had treated the wood, so it was already. In fact, we were really grateful we were getting it done right now because in the last 2 weeks, one of the boards started to curl up on the end. We knew it wasn't in great shape, but sheesh, that was a little alarming. It was just going to curl up and die right under our feet. So it is getting replaced. All right, now I don't know if you can really see, but it actually makes a big difference having that white highlighting. All right, so now that that is done, I want to go ahead and stamp our, I forgot. I used this also to mimic some cloud effect, like right where it's lighter, below, you know, or where a swoop is. I'm going to try to get one here where it's kind of going through where the trees are. All right, that's not at all necessary, but it can make it look more cloud-like. Okay, let's just have a look and see how this, I want this Merry Christmas. This is a nice big stamp. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. Isn't that gonna look good? Now, I did just put on that gel ink, so let's whip it like this and blot it a bit. I'm gonna make sure my Stampin' Buddy doesn't smear that white. You have to go down to the craft store to get this. We did carry one and now we don't, and I don't know why we don't, but we don't. But that is gonna give you a nice impression if you do that. And this is Versamark. So we will put, let's grab a long skinny block. Ooh, that one's not long enough. Let's grab my really long. I don't use this one too often. It's nice to have on hand though when you need it. One of the things I've been doing, it's really made a difference. Let's see if I can slide this up here so that you can see, is I've been lining up my blocks on these grid lines, and then I can line up, if I get it nice and centered there, then I can use these lines to center my sentiment so that I know it's in a straight line. That actually has helped quite a bit in keeping my sentiments when I don't want to make a mistake and have to start all over again. All right, so now let's make sure I've got everything ready. I want to have my powder ready, and I've got an old piece of paper here ready to use, and this is copper, And I'm hoping the copper will show in those trees. It might not. I could use silver. Maybe silver would work better. Should I use silver? I bet I should. Let's find the silver. I kind of wanted the copper because it looks better with those reindeer. If I can find my silver really fast, I'll bring it over. Okay. We'll compare at the end because I used copper on this one, but this was all mostly in the blue. So I'm thinking maybe the silver would be better here. So this is copper. This is silver. Okay, here we go. Now this is the part that I have to be careful with because since I can't see the Versamark and I want to make sure I have plenty on, I don't want to get any of this edge at all because this long one I tend to. I even have some ink coming off of that. It's interesting. Okay, now I am gonna ink it one more time, but this next time I'm gonna not push as much. Just gently, barely. Okay, I think we're good. Now we wanna move pretty quick, centered, right where it needs to be. Hello, I guess I haven't used this much before. Let's put my paper under here because I want to be pretty liberal with it. Because I'm not sure how far over it goes for one thing. Oops, let's get rid of that. I want all that off because I need to put in the rest when it's done. It's going to be interesting to see if it shows up very well there. It might. We'll see. We'll find out. It looks like I got a good impression, and I don't see speckle pieces or lines where I don't want them. So I think that turned out really well as far as a stamped embossed thing. But let's try to get my powder back in here. That's what I'm doing right now. I know my hands are off, but I'm trying to get all that little leftover powder right into the... Okay, now let's move that out of the way. I'm gonna start up my heat tool, get rid of that. While that's heating up, I want to get rid of my excess powder. I can feel it on there. Okay. See how this is going to look. It better be silver. I'm going to be really mad if you're not. Ah, that's pretty good. It's going to hide in those trees. It's actually really nice silver, but it's kind of hiding a little bit in those trees. I knew it would. But that's as good as I'm going to get it. You can see it really well when the light hits it, right? But that's kind of why I liked the bronze or copper better. So anyway, it's going to have to do. And you can see it. So I do really like the stamp. It's pretty. All right, putting this up so that I can see things better. Let's clean off my stamps. Cords all over the place. Okay. All right, are you ready for a joke? What did one plate say to the other? I like this one. What did one plate say to the other? Oh, you've heard this one, I'm sure. When I say it, you're gonna know. Sure you've heard it. It's Dinner is on me. I like that one. That one's a good one. All right, now we're going to stamp our Regal Reindeer. This is going to be fun. Let's do the reverse stamped one first. You're going to want to use your silicone craft sheet. I've accidentally bought a couple of these, which is handy because you can use them for a lot of things actually. I always forget to, but you can. I want the reverse of this. I want one a regular one and one reverse one. So let's do the reverse one first. It's really easy to do. Here's my paper that I'm going to be stamping on. Put you on here, and we're going to use our black ink because, of course, we're coloring it. And when you're coloring, you got to have your... Hi, Jewel. It has been a while. How are you? It's nice to see you. And your coming reminds me that I want to tell people to make sure you share my videos. It's like, you can't just watch, you know. You got to share, too. And then that helps me out. I do appreciate it. Now, we're going to put a whole bunch of black ink on here. I want to make sure I have an abundance because I want to get a really good impression. But I don't want to push so much that it gets all over it. And then I want to make sure this is nice and clean. I do sealant on it, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, so I'm going to just stamp you right there and not slide you around at all. And then very quickly push my paper on. Rub it down. Don't shift on me. Oh, that looks good. Perfect. All right. The part that I have trouble with is just figuring out where to cut it, though, when you're cutting with a die. You do want to make sure you clean this off. And then the good thing about it is that we are going to color this. So that is going to make it much easier to see how to do. Knee replacement, oh my, it would be slow going. You, of course, I pray, got one knee done. Seems like people usually get one knee done and then wait maybe even up to 2 years to do the other knee because it's really, you know, I think once you get that from the people that I know that have done it, they are really eager to get that other knee done. As soon as they do one and they get to the recovery stage, then they want to get that other knee done because it just makes life so much nicer, so much less painful. All right, so we've got that one done. This is cute. Jewel, do you have this set? This is a really cute set. And then we've got this little guy. He's eating, so we're going to put him in there too. That's why I'm using a really long card so that I can get all these guys in because they're big. Okay. We'll do you right there. Because we're going to cut them out, I can just stick them any old place. I've already done our bunnies, so I did not stick a bunny on this card, but I did want them in. So I have got them. Oh, shoot, did I lose them? They were right here. I bet I just lost them. When I was shoving everything up, I think I shoved the bunnies up off. They're probably on the floor down there. Oh, there's one. There's one. Let me get him. I might be able to find the other one. One might be enough. I did a reverse stamping. I did 2 bunnies because they're pretty cute. But I lost one, so we'll see. We might not have room for them anyway. The little girl is really cute. And she's got a little apple in her hand, and you can take that apple out and do a little gift instead. That's cute, too. Now, I am not going to do snowflakes, but with this blue, if you've done your trees in white, there's 2 different snowflake stamps that you can do that look really nice on that blue, just with your white craft pad. Oh, therapy. Oh boy, I bet, Jewel. Yeah. A couple of times a week, I bet. Or is it a couple of times a day? That would be, doing therapy 2 times a day would be really painful, but it would make it go faster, I'm sure. But, ooh, that does sound painful. right. They always feel bad when it makes you cry. But it's like, well, just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. All right, so for these guys, let me see if I have another light I can put on here. That will help it. I'm not sure that it does, but we'll see if that did help at all. Okay. All right, I'm looking here right now to make sure that I'm where I want the camera to be. I might want it to be a little closer. What I'm going to start with is, I'm going to start with these reindeer, and we're going to use the bronze pen, the bullet point. And I'm just going to quickly go over all of these shadows, all these little lines that are shadows. I am going to go ahead and color his hooves with this as well. Okay. All right. So, Jewel, I got a joke for you. Are you ready for it? How did the lemon... No, that one's bad. This is how did you make a lemon drop, and it says just let go of it. That is just not even fun. How about this one? Why did the boy throw his clock out the window? Now, I think you know this one, because this one I know I've heard. Why did the boy throw his clock out the window? It's just a little joke. This is from a dad's website, Dad Jokes. They're pretty good, actually. If I was a school teacher or a para-educator still, as I was, I would keep these on the ready. And they're nice to take out onto the playground, too. There's always, especially at the beginning of the year, some depressed child. Now, I am just a little bit around the eye. You got to be careful. Don't get too close to that eye. You want to leave a little white around it even, because the eyes on these are so small. They get lost in the color real quick. So just use a really light hand. If I had a finer tip, I'd be happier too, but this is as good as it's going to get. So we'll put it on the nose. Oh, 3 times a week. Okay, 3 times a week. Boy. Yeah, I bet you're not looking forward to those 3 days at all. But it's got to get better. Hopefully quickly. And then you just got to keep, like everything in life where it's painful, you just got to look at the end result and just not let yourself even think about the painful part. Things that are painful, it's best to just not even think about it. You're just a matter of endurance. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do the antlers too. With this, oh man, so lightly, like just where the edge has little shadow ink lines showing that there's shadow. I'm not doing it anywhere else. I am going to end up going out of the lines a little. These are small, so it does go out a little. Mostly just trying to get those back ones, because those are the ones that are going to look like it's... And I'm going to, while I've got my brown out here, I'm going to do her little boots. I almost lost a stamp set on the floor there. That would have been really loud. Just the shadowing of her boots, which is hard to do. Very hard to do. But I actually did that pretty good. It's getting warm in here. Whew. Today is going to be one of our hottest, or not today, this week is going to be one of our hottest weeks so far. Jeff and I have actually been able to experience some of the heat and humidity here, and it can get pretty warm, but to tell you the truth, the desert toughens you up. It's not as bad as 108, 106 degrees in the Tri-Cities. At least not to me. I talked to a clerk last week who was from Kennewick, and she was very young. Her family had made her move here, so that colored her perspective too, I'm thinking a little, but oh, she hated it here. She said it was horrible, too hot and humid for her, way too hot and humid. Okay, this is number 900. I am actually going to look at number 800 first and see. I'll do it on the horn and see what I think. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little petally pinky. I think I'm going to go with the 900. It's lighter. It's also a little petally pinky, but it blends in really nicely with our bronze. And the end result will be good. And I'm not quite done with it either. When I'm finished here, I'll show you what I'm going to do. But anyway, you do just want to get enough bronze in there to, when you're coloring with this, it'll kind of blend it in and turn it just a little browner. I actually, let's compare here. See how close that is? We're going to get it there. I do have a Copic pen I prefer, but I can show you that with your Stampin' Up, these are those flesh tone ones they sold, and they are still available. I don't know if they sell them in how big a pack they sell these in now. Do you know, Jewel, these flesh tone ones? I really do like them. They're good. Gives you a lot more variety. You can mix your colors a lot better with these. I'm going to be really careful around the eye. So let's do this. Trying to leave a little white there. Did I succeed? I hope so. I'm actually going to leave his nose a little bit too, because I'm going to come in with a different color there. And now for the horns. Do you see how it blends in with that bronze? These are really quite nice. And they are going out of the line a little, but it's not a big deal. Okay. Now, one thing you can do to get this a little bit more the way you want it is take one of your, let me find the one I want. I need the dark brown one. This one is, that's crushed curry. I definitely don't want crushed curry. That's great. Where's the one I was using? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is Early Espresso. And I'm not sure what other one I was using. But anyhow, Early Espresso. The only thing you need for sure is, find it. You need a good pencil sharpener. Now this one I found at a place called Jerry's Artorama. It has, because I have some waxed crayons actually that I really like. That's what these shavings are from. And that's what I need this for. I actually have a pretty good pencil sharpener that's an electric one that I use for these. But I wanted to show you that it's very important for you to have a nice fine point. And a lot of times our electric sharpeners just end up eating your pen alive, or your pencil, I mean, alive. So actually having a really good manual one like this is vital. And so this one has the different sizes. So if you've got different things that you need to, I'm going to go over those lines with this pencil, and this is going to just make it pop out nicely. Look at that. Doesn't that look much better? Just going over those lines with this dark espresso. This is the reverse of putting your white highlight gel pen on things. Instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. And then I can kind of get his eye a little bit nicer right around his eye. Okay, and his nose, mouth, his chin. Okay, if there's any horn parts that you wanted to darken up, there you go. And then his ear too. So if you wanted it to be just a little darker, you could try coloring it in. I wouldn't do that too much. You're not going to need to, but you can. Because the pencil is you're going to see a difference. So the pencil is really good to highlight. And it's good for coloring small bits, but mostly I use it for what I just showed you. It has since it has that nice fine tip, you can really get into places and do a little coloring where your bullet point, and even when you're using your Stampin' Bright marker, sometimes even that tip is a bit fat. Although I should say, nah, that one actually, the fine tip on that one is so small that I shouldn't say that. That one is so small, sometimes I can't even get it to color hardly. It dries out really fast. The Stampin' Right markers, the fine tip end, they dry out so fast. All right. Aren't you glad I got some stuff done? Because this is taking a little bit of time to color. I knew it would. For people who do not like to color, that mousse that I showed you right here, he's probably a better bet for you. But if you like to color, find this relaxing, I think you'll really enjoy it. He's got really good design and impressions. His legs look really good and natural. He doesn't have like a goofy expression on his face. So this one you could use year-round. I just think that you're going to want to mask your particularly these jingle bells, you know. But it wouldn't be too hard to make a regular saddle out of this. Although, you know, you're not going to have a saddle on a reindeer. But anyway, if you were really trying hard and you only had this stamp for a deer, you probably could mask it and make his back pretty easily here with adding some lines, and it'd be good practice for you. I know I've learned how to do a lot of alterations on the images just from doing things like that. You might surprise yourself how artistic you are. All right, so what was that joke I had? I said something. Jewel, you didn't respond. Why did the boy throw his clock out the window? He wanted to see time fly. Wow, that's for sure. You're a kid in school, and I always wanted to see time fly. Let's do the little boots, but not the fur trim. Okay. And then I'm going to take my espresso and do his muzzle. What do you call that? If you want his hooves darker, this is good to do that with. What is this called? Bridle. Is that what it is? Oh, I forgot some of the horn. Okay, now if there's any part of the horn that you want darker, again, now's your chance. And you could probably even just use this pencil and not try to use that bronze there and make a mess of it. But you do need the bronze in here with the fur. You gotta have some brown because that number 9 just is way too pinky. You won't be satisfied with that. Okay, got another joke. Let's see. What does an evil hen lay? I've heard this one before too. What does an evil hen lay? Deviled eggs. I like deviled eggs, so that one is easy for me to remember. They taste yummy. Here in the South, there's some unique changes to it. I saw one where it was a Tex-Mex, a recipe for it, a Tex-Mex deviled egg. Sounded pretty good. Back in the Tri-Cities, we had at our church, Pasco Christian Church, there was a lady there who made the best deviled eggs. Oh man, she put bacon in them and I don't know what else. And she liked to make them look good too. So they not only tasted delicious, they always looked really good. All right, so there's the eye, kind of making it stand out just a little bit with a little darker edge around it. You want to be careful not to have to add. I tried adding my gel pen because I got in there and lost the white. I really wasn't able to do it. Even with this, I think I have a number 6 even. Get off the extra. But no matter what, that, once you've lost that white, you really can't get it back in. Not easily. So just try to be careful. All right. Now you can use your pencils here too if you want, but I am not going to. I'm going to put dark daffodil for the little tassels and the jingle bells. And the little rivets, even though I'm kind of blotting out some stuff there. There's buckles and jingle bells. And I can go over it with pencil if I'm going to even do the little ornament here too. The tassels are cute. I do have a gold pen, a painty pen, but it actually covers up my ink. It covers over. It is very gold and nice, but I can't see the tuxedo black ink once I use it, so I don't use it as much as I used to. All right, I think I've got all that. We're gonna give her. We're gonna color her scarf this color, and let's do her mittens, at least part of them. And I'm going to start with light green, olive, light old olive. Actually, I want that red. We're going to do this part green. We're going to do the other part red. That's going to be red. So let's just do this like it's a blanket. I think I've got all my Christmas cards made, and I'm really excited about that. Very happy about it. Last year, I had to really scramble to come up with my Christmas cards because we'd moved in the fall here, and I didn't have time to be making a lot of Christmas cards. I did make quite a few, obviously, but not quite enough, and I'm kind of fussy about them. I like them to be my best ones. So, anyway. Oh, I forgot to do that guy's bridle. some horse person saying it's not a bridle. There's a word for that muzzle piece. Let's see. So I've got old olive. It's pretty dull. Oops, oh, I don't want to empty it. I just want to, there we go. Sharpen it. It's pretty dull. There we go. Now that's nice and sharp, isn't it? Then I can go over these lines and get it nice and dark. Right there. Oops, breaking off my tip. All right. Ready for another joke? Which hand is better to write with? What? Which hand is better to write with? Wouldn't it be the one that's dominant? That doesn't seem like a joke. Which hand is better to write with? It is a joke, so you're gonna groan when you hear the answer. Let's see. Okay, we don't need any more of that. Let's do our blanket. I'm gonna start with dark cherry cobbler and do these lines with dark cherry cobbler. Her coat is going to be the same color. So which hand is better to write with? And the answer is neither. Why do you say? Because it's better to write with a pencil. So clever. All right, we're gonna just do that. I think that'll be good enough there. And then we'll use light real red. And then you can still see your highlighting really nicely. Which you can't so much if you use dark red. I have tried it. Dark red's not dark enough. Let's see if we can cover over our old olive sufficiently. What did the traffic light say to the truck? Oh, this is, you know, funny for some people. Some people might really like this one. What did the traffic light say to the truck? Look, I'm changing. Or don't look. No, I was going to say that doesn't sound right. Don't look, I'm changing. Now that actually is kind of funny. Don't look, I'm changing. I was a paraeducator for we changed in midstream while I was doing it. When I started, it was called ESL, English as a Second Language. Then they went to ELL, which was English Language Learner. They're so smart. And then they went to something else right after I left. I do not know what it's called now, but it was so funny how hard it was for our ESL kids to catch jokes. Because you need that. You need to have a pretty extensive vocabulary to get to that. Okay, a little petal pink for her little face. We're going to leave that fur white. Let's use the darker petal pink for my ears, my little nose. You can't really even tell, can you? So if you don't want it to be so in this indecisive there. I know I have a pink here somewhere. This is probably, oh, this is Calypso Coral, which is very pink, but it will give us a little more pink color there if you want it. It's not necessary at all. All right, there we go. I am going to put this up because we're going to cut this out and quickly assemble. We're almost done. Once you get to this part, it all goes very, very quickly. All right, so let me take my scissors. Now, I forgot to color that apple in, and we're going to keep that apple. I sometimes take it out, but we're going to keep it. And we're going to cut these out. What is the witch's favorite school subject? What is a witch's favorite school subject? Or class, or not sure what else you might call it. Ah, there's my other bunny. Yay, we have both bunnies. Spelling, spelling, spelling. That's a good one for Halloween. I should have saved it. This plate looks like it's less damaged. Let's put this one down. And we'll start with you. What did the frog order for lunch? This one's cute. What, isn't that cute? Oh, that's going to be nice. What did the frog order for lunch? I like this one. This one's a really cute one. Okay, now that's my reverse one, so I'll have to turn that one over to do that. So let's go ahead and do this first. What did the frog order for lunch? A burger and a croak. That's a good one for my kindergartners. They would love that one. Why did the teddy bear not want any dessert? This is a good one for my little 2-year-old. My 2-year-old granddaughter. She probably wouldn't get it, but why did the teddy bear not want any dessert? Because he was stuffed. All right. See how quick these go? Now, that one was off a little bit, but oh well. All right, now for this one, I've got to turn it over. Because I colored it, it's pretty easy to see how it goes. It's still a little bit of a risk, you know, getting these lined up. You're still kind of guessing. The hooves, we're not going to see that so much because they were in pencil. So we're going to hope that that's close. And pretty good. Pretty good. All right, now where are you? Base card. Okay, so I've already glued on a cinnamon cider, Misty Moonlight, and Lovely lipstick, although Real Red would work better. And I'm gonna just glue this right on here. This is 4 inches by 7 inches. And then every mat underneath is an 1/8 inch, approximately an 1/8 inch increment bigger. So the Lovely lipstick would be 4 1/8 by 7 1/8, and then the Misty Moonlight would be 4¼ by 7¼ and then finally getting out to just a little bit too big for most cards, but this one, you know, is not going to fit in my skinny envelope. It's just not. It's going to fit in a big half sheet envelope though. I couldn't do a regular skinny size because these reindeer are just too big. They're way too big. And I wanted to be able to see my tree and everything else. So we're going to stick these little guys on here. Here are my little bunnies. Aren't they cute? I don't know if they're going to work because they look like they'll be stepped on. We might be able to stick one in there. I did do a reverse one in case, but I don't think that's going to work. So let's start with this one. It's going to have to go here. So we'll just put a few dimensionals on here, and I believe, where's my mini dimensional sheet? Oh, right here in front of me. Stick that up there. That right there. And there. And in there, I could, if I'm really feeling like I need to, you can take a little edge off of your dimensional sheets. Come on. And you can stick it on the leg. There, like that. I've got a nice big silver hair here. I don't really need that. I had to find some new silver, the purple shampoo. You know, the purple shampoo I was using when I got here because they don't have any. I couldn't find it anywhere. Though my old kind was a Germac kind that I got at Fred Meyer. And I couldn't find any here. I went to the drugstores. I did not try the Ulta that's here. I should have probably tried that because I bet they do have it. I ended up ordering it from Amazon this last week because the purple shampoo I found here that I was using is really strong, apparently, because it was turning my hair purple. I don't want my hair purple. I don't want my head purple. I think it was turning my scalp purple. Anyway, I was probably using it wrong. I don't know, but I decided, I'll just get it off Amazon. I know I can find it on Amazon, which I did, and ordered it in about the same, in fact, cheaper probably than what I was buying it before. Okay, I'll put her like right there. Okay, we'll put our little bunny in here. I'm sorry, Andy, you're not with me because you'd like these little bunnies. They're cute. I've been seeing many, many more bunnies lately around our place. They are wild. They're very cute. They look a lot like that, just a little more brown. All right, we'll put you down again so that you can see the final bit, how easy and fast this is to go. Now this one's got to go in front because it's a little smaller, at least it appears to be. Oh, we don't want the moose eating or the deer eating her head. Okay, that's gonna work fine. So maybe I'll just, I don't want to glue it though, so we'll go ahead and stick this on here. Okay, any more jokes? I use them all. Nope, I still have some more. What has a ton of ears but can't hear a thing? Oh, this is a good one, especially for right now. What has a ton of ears but can't hear a thing? And you can't say the Israelites because that would also be correct for them. Not the new group. I have no idea about the new group, but I'm talking about the Old Testament group that has ears to hear but can't hear, and eyes to see and can't see. So what has a ton of ears but can't hear? It's a cornfield. Isn't that a good one? All right, put you up a little high. Like there. Oh, I'm kind of covering up my Merry Christmas. I don't really want to. Unfortunately, I sort of am. I can't really stop it now. Oh, you're floating. You're floating. I don't like you there, but I don't think I can move you because obviously I'm tearing the paper if I do. So we're stuck with you. What can I do to solve that? And really nothing. Okay, he's going to be a floater. I don't really want him to be a floater, but he kind of is. Okay, getting done. What did the big flower, I want to get through all of these jokes. Oh, no, what do you call a horse that lives next door? Oh, this is a good one. What do you call a horse that lives next door? Your neighbor. Oh, Mary, our daughter Mary, you'd love that. Julia would like that. That'd be a good one for her. I think our other grandkids would really like it too. All right. I can't really decide where to put you. I kind of want you down here. We'll help you. You're going to help us disguise that our other reindeer there is a floater. Okay. Now, he is not as far back as I kind of wanted, but that's because I got this guy in the wrong place. Anyway, it's still pretty cute. I do prefer this one, even though that one doesn't have the bunny. I have an extra bunny. Where did you go? There you are. Maybe we can stick our extra bunny in here. Let's do. Woohoo, I got my extra bunny in there. He's cute. All right, I do like that. That one turned out a little better, but oh well. This is the way it goes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing my videos. I will see you next week. Oh, you got it, Jewel. I didn't even see. My computer's not showing me my messages. Man, you are good. You got the he is stuffed. You got the spelling. What else did you get that I missed? Let me look and see. Oh, I see. It just doesn't. You got the he wanted to see time fly. Oh, you didn't make your retirement in July 1st? Oh my goodness. Well, shame on you. You still can do it anytime. Now I'm seeing your messages, but I didn't see any of them before. My computer used to scroll along with the messages, and it's not anymore. It's too far away for me to reach, too. I don't know what I can do about that. Almost nothing. So, good. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to not be all by myself here. And I hope you had fun. And next week I will be here. Jeff and I are going to be gone for a little while. But I'm going to try to do a video. They just might not be live ones for when we're gone. So hopefully, because there's so many cute Christmas sets. I really want to show you what we've got. Christmas and autumn. They're fun. And there's a neat fun fold that I'm playing with right now that I want to show to you. So anyhow, you have a great week. Stay nice and cool. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.